Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Sneaker Dan, back again with another new video. And today, I'm gonna do a comparison video of a retail versus rep comparison of the Yeezy 350 V2 blue tints. I know it's been a while since I made a video, but I decided to make a video just today, just because I picked up a very near dead stock pair of the blue tints from my favorite colorways of the Yeezy brand. I love the zebras, love the blue tints, and I love the semi-frozen yellows. One of my favorite ones, and able to get another retail pair of these and decided, hey, I also have a rep pair of them. Why not just do a rep versus retail comparisons? Because I feel like reps have been popping off a lot more recently than the last couple of years. Because I think a lot of people have realized that a lot of the rep stuff actually do match up in terms of quality to other retail pairs for a fraction of the cost. Especially for a lot of shoes that have been reselling for higher prices. But the resale market has been tanking, not the greatest right now. But of course, some people are still getting rep pairs, go to retails. I got both. Let's do a comparison real quick, shall we? So off the bat, let's talk about the overall shape and build of the shoe. Materials wise, just so you know, rep, retail, rep, retail. The rep is more dirty, of course. But as you can see, the materials on both of them feel exactly the same, honestly. Um, the rep feels thick in terms of the wool material of the shoe or the knit of the shoe, as well as the retail pair as well. So really not much difference in terms of that. Design of the shoe and the patterns, they're pretty much identical, I will say, as you can see. Now let's talk about the supply logo on top on the shoes. The supply is actually the bold leather and in the color of it. It's pretty on spot, honestly, from the reps to retail. Really, not much difference. I would have kind of assumed that this might be a little bit more thinner than a retail pair. However, it's exactly the same. The only difference I can kind of see is that, as you can see from here, this bottom portion kind of goes down, but there's a little gap in between them. Meanwhile, the red pair does not have a gap. But that can also just mean not every single retail pair is exactly the same or mimics other retail pairs. They're all gonna have different type of flaws or a little bit of kind of inconsistencies here and there. So that can also be kind of be passed off as kind of an inconsistency. But as well as this is a size 10 Yeezy and this is a size 10 and a half. So there's also a half size difference between them too. So there also can be that difference as well. But overall, that's not really much of a huge problem or difference between them two, honestly. And that, I guess, but that could be one thing that you can kind of see if you're trying to buy a real pair off of Facebook Market or eBay. You can kind of legit check yourself and kind of see, oh, okay, I see there's a little, like, there's no gap in this one. Another thing is that, as you can see from the retail pair, there's a gap to where the logo ends right here. There's a little gap. It's about like a fingertip like size in between, right? Meanwhile, the red pair does not have that. The red pair actually goes all the way to the toe box of the area, and it's pretty much like a side finger or half a finger like width in between. So that could also be a kind of a sign to legit check on the Yeezys. However, like I said, some red pairs might have that inconsistency. So it really depends, and as well as this is a size 10 and a half and a size 10, so there's also that size inconsistency as well. So that's not a really big deal breaker. I feel like if you are really looking for a retail pair on any of the third party or reselling websites, right? Here's the biggest thing. I would say the red pairs are almost identical to the retail pairs of Yeezys. And I mean very, very near, very, very identical to the retail pairs. It's so close. It's so, so close. There is always one thing that you can really tell from the difference between the rep and the retail pair. It's always the one thing. I would never say it's a one-to-one replica, but I will say it's a pretty much a 0.98 or even a like 0.95 to a 0.99 ratio to one ratio of mimicking the real pairs. And the biggest difference is the heel portion of every rep Yeezys or UA Yeezys. The biggest thing is that there's no heel bump. This goes pretty much straight down, or it's kind of like a sharp slant on the shoe. every retail pair, and I mean every retail pair of Yeezys, will have a bump. I know some people have said there's not a bump. I think there's only okay, scratch that. Not every retail pair of Yeezy 350s. I think there's one or two pairs on top of my head I can think about that actually isn't a what's it called, that doesn't have that heel bump. One of them is the I think it's the Yeezy Reels or something like that. It's like that weird like it was a Christmas release. It has like all those crazy colors on top of it. That one I seen some people with very sharp slants as their heels, but I would say about 95% or 90% of all Yeezy 350s will always have the heel bump, especially the original 350 V2 lineups, the Zebras, the Blue Tin, the semi Frozens, the Belugas, they always have that heel bump right here. And like they will always, and I mean always will have that heel bump. Heel bump right here, as you can see, is a little bump. Boop. It kind of comes out a little bit outwards. Meanwhile, the red pair is very sharp. That is the only biggest difference between the red pair versus the retail pair, and that's the only biggest difference between them. Other than that, materials, the look of the shoe, the integrity, the build quality, everything, including even the ultra boost inside of the shoe, or not ultra boost, the boost foam in the shoe is exactly the same as the retail pair. If not, honestly, I think this is more comfortable than the retail pair. I have a pair of Rep Zebra V2s. The boosts in those feel phenomenal. Like I rather wear those than wear my real pair, honestly. So there's also a comfortability thing too. Like I wonder if the boost here is a little more jam packed than the ones in the retail pairs. But the biggest difference is just mainly this right here. Is just these heels. That's pretty much overall just the build quality. Materials are exactly the same. They feel the same. Like honestly, they're not much. I had this for about 3 years now, 3.5 years, and this hasn't ripped at all. No issues, and it's just dirty and it's beat up. That's the only thing with them. Other than that, this is pretty much decent. I can honestly clean this, maybe put some soul savers on the bottom, and it'll probably look brand new. Cause the material is exactly the same. Price wise now, that's the biggest difference. Depending on what type of batch you get on the Yeezys, I know the batches that I got most recently, which is about a year or 2 years ago, it was the batch that BM Lin was sell. BM Lin he is a rep seller, or he owns a rep factory in China. He rebranded himself after some issues he had with a lot of customers. So he renamed himself, rebranded himself to something else. But his Yeezys are very cheap. They're $25-$30 per pair. That's really cheap. This one I actually got from someone else, another seller. I believe her name was Monica Sneakers. I don't know if she's still a seller still, because it's been a while since I bought a lot of reps, honestly, or done comparison videos of these. These are all very old pairs, but I got this from Monica Sneakers, and the only difference was the heel bumper here, but everything else looked A1, honestly. Um, for Monica Sneakers, I got this for about $100. This one I paid 150. Nothing too crazy, It's a little bit more expensive than the rep pair, but if you buy it from the other seller that I talked about, BM Lin, it's about $20-$30. It's really really cheap, like crazy cheap. It's cheaper than most, like that's like as cheap as Walmart shoes, but those they're more comfortable. They look pretty similar, as well as they look exactly the same. They look great, phenomenal, honestly. But I got this for 150, very near dead stock from a friend of mine. Overall, just not bad, honestly. That's the biggest difference between the rep versus retail, honestly. It's just the heel bumps. So these days, the resale market is pretty much getting tanked down, which I love because I'm able to pick up shoes that I could never have imagined to get. I believe these are reselling for about anywhere between 260 right now to $300. Still kind of up there, honestly, since of course Yeezy, since Kanye West is not part of Adidas anymore, so there's not many Yeezys kind of releasing anymore. So the stock is still limited, as well as not that much people are buying or selling them anymore. So the price will probably still stay the same for about a year now, or maybe a year or two. So if you're planning to get a pair, definitely get them. This year, next year. I still love the Yeezy V2s. They're one of the most comfortable sneakers I ever owned, and I still wear to this day. You can't drop $200, $300 and just get a rep, man. Just get a rep. It's comfortable. It's cheap. It looks exactly the same. And at the end of the day, if you really truly wear your shoes, and you really really wear your shoes, it doesn't matter. It's gonna get beat up regardless. Regardless of the situation, it's gonna get beat up, and no one's gonna tell about the difference. And you just saved yourself. You just saved yourself a lot, like a lot of money, and I mean a lot of money. But that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.